And I am starting to go live on my YouTube channel. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everybody on YouTube, and hey, everybody in Singing Babe Tribe. So, full disclosure, I was going to spend all morning filming YouTube videos, and little did I know that the universe had something else in store because my neighbor is his like his front area and his back area um like concreted because they messed it up, and it like water was pooling basically. And so I woke up and my neighbor had texted me like, hey, the concrete guys are coming this morning, and I was like, why God, why? So in an effort to make an imperfect situation a little bit better, I first moved everything to the front of my condo to try to film there. And then moments after I had everything set up, computer, phone, dog was in the crate, they started excavating the front. And I was like, God almighty. So here I am. I'm in my bedroom. You guys never see this in my YouTube videos. You can see my dog in the reflection in the window. Hey, everybody. Hey. Thanks for coming. So say hi to me. Let's see. Paul, Fabrice, hello. Thanks for coming. Let's see. Pedro, Samantha, Linda. Oh my gosh. Michaela, Amanda, Ella. What's up, you guys? Hey. Wow, this was a good time to choose. I guess maybe I should go live at this time more often. My puppy's crying. It's okay. It's okay, Coco. I had to put him in his crate because he is really starting to understand how he can, chew on everything in sight. If I let him free in this room, he will hide under the bed, and he's figured out that he likes to pull the bed and try to eat the bed from the bottom. So really things there have been casualties, pants, dresses. Sometimes I was wearing the things that were the casualties. So that is a puppy life. So anyway, I actually did a social free media free weekend. So I posted on Friday night that I was not doing social media at all this weekend because I know you guys are all over the world, but in America we had a 3-day weekend for Memorial Day, not Labor Day. Thank God it's not Labor Day. Labor Day marks the end of the summer. Memorial Day marks the beginning of the summer. So here we are. I mean, it's not technically summer, but I probably had about Linda said strong. Try over here. Is that any? Yeah, so I probably had like 10 subscribers the last time I did a live, and now we're at 5,000. So thank you guys. Thanks, Linda. Thanks for letting me know. I had it balanced in my computer, and I'm sure it was the computer fan. Belting course. I'm still debating the name of it to teach you guys how to belt. And I'm pretty excited because this has been something that you guys have been requesting a lot from me in my time of, and after I launched that course, I realized that actually a lot of you aren't beginners. A lot of my online students. And so I wanted to do something that kind of was geared towards you guys, your intermediate. I am going to be doing a little bit of a rebrand, and the other course, which is for total beginning singers. But this course is going to be a course on belting, specifically on belting and subconscious thing, right? So a lot of times we are kind of trying to make our bodies do something, and it's not working, right? So we need to understand first and then work that into our routines and work that into our muscle memory. Hey guys, you guys are saying that the picture is blurry. I know. I'm live in 2 places right now, and my computer never has the best quality. So sorry, this is what it's going to be for now. Hopefully, it's a little bit better on the other thing. If you guys are singers and you haven't joined my Facebook group, Singing Babe Tribe, yet, you should go do that because that always has better quality in it. So anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so that's what the belting course is going to be about. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. But where I'm really going to go in depth and talk about exactly what's going to be in that course, as well as give you a bunch of information, so that even if you guys don't want to take the course, you're still going to get a lot of really good knowledge about belting in my free belting webinar, which is actually going to be this Friday and Sunday. And if you guys want to sign up for that, I did put it in the description, but it's singingwithlauren.com/belting. And so that's going to be about an hour-long webinar. And we're going to cover like what is belting. We're going to cover the 3 things that I think that nobody really talks about, but are probably the most important aspects of belting. And we're also going to talk about a tip that I found out that really changed my own belting game. Now, yes, I am an opera singer, but as opera singers, we actually have to be super, super versatile, and we have to have our technique really solid. And so I believe that sometimes belting gets a bad rap because people teach themselves how to do it, teach themselves. And then they don't know how to do it in a healthy way, but there is a healthy way how to belt. And so that is what I'm really going after in this course. And what I want to tell you guys more about in the webinar. So don't forget to sign up for that. There's also going to be a Q&A session at the end of that. So if you have any questions, anything that you don't think I answered in the webinar, those live questions. But I understand, especially a lot of you guys on YouTube, a lot of you are like almost 10, 12 hours in time difference away from me. So do you hear my puppy whining? So anyway, if you are and you can't come, I tried to make it at times where like if you were 12 hours ahead, you could still come the next day. But if you can't come live, or even if you are in my time zone, you can't come live, still sign up because you're going to get some emails that only the people on that list are getting, some super special tips, and that are exclusive to the people who sign up for the webinar. And you are going to get a replay. So if you can't come live, I'm just laughing at my dog right now. He's pissed that he's in his crate, but I know he's super tired because I took him for a long walk and run this morning. So anyway, that's about that. So a big question that I get from people who are kind of like on the fence about being able to belt is, how do you pick where in your song that you want to belt? Which brings me to my first really big point, and that's that you should not be belting an entire song. Let me say that again. You should not be belting an entire song. So I think that once people figure out how to belt, that this is the biggest mistake that people make, because no matter if you're doing belting healthily or unhealthily, there we go. It still requires honestly a lot more work than balanced singing where you're not belting. And so when you do learn how to belt, so some of you are probably right on that line of like, I can kind of belt, but I'm not sure quite yet. Then you want to look at some sheet music. Yes. Buy the sheet music, buy that $5 sheet music, or if you're already taking voice lessons, I want you to also look at that. Now, For men, I will say that I found this very interesting. Men don't actually have to bring up a different register to belt because men's voices are already chest voice heavy, which means that there's not men as huge of a difference between a belt. I'm sorry, for between going from a non-belt to going to a belt. So Zachary just asked me, is there a way to belt very low notes? And I think that you can give the sound of a belt without actually belting. Because remember, what a belt is truly is that you're bringing up your chest voice to a note that you would normally have to switch. Now, like I said, with men, you're already primarily in your chest voice. You guys are usually always mixing, right? When you guys go into your full head voice, it really sounds like a falsetto. Whereas when women go into our head voices, if we have trained and developed our voices, our head voice is a lighter, more blooming sound, I would say. And so let me give you guys a little example of this. So if I'm in my chest voice, it sounds like this. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Right? So that is definitely my chest voice. Now, I'm kneeling, so gotta get a little of that support under me. So if I'm in head voice, I'd be going like this. So that would be my opera voice. If I was in a more music, be like. So I did not belt that higher note, even though I was doing a more musical theater style. And you can tell that I went into a head voice because all of a sudden it still sounds like me, but I lose that kind of stable grittiness that I like to say that that's what our chest voice really feels and sounds like. But when I pop into head voice, you also notice that I'm not doing this. Right? That would be an example of somebody who does not quite know how to flip into their head voice yet. You have to allow yourself to flip and you have to stay with your body as you go, right? So a belt is when I don't flip, right? I stay in my chest primarily. So it would be more like this. Right? So now you wouldn't be belting just a random E, but that is a belt. And so I think another big misconception is that when a lot of people hear a mixed belt, they think it's a full belt. And remember, does anybody know what a mixed belt is? Let me know in the comments if you have a definition. This is my favorite. Go up live with this. I definitely didn't wake up like this, by the way. I definitely had to do my makeup today because I was so tired because I went camping. Okay. So a mixed belt is when we still maintain extra chest, but we still have a little bit of that head mixed in. So now this one's a little bit harder to hear, but it's more like right? So that was a C down to an F. And so it probably sounded like I was belting those lower notes, but that was not a true belt. That was just a mixed belt. So Pedro, Zachary said, what's the lowest note you can belt? I would say probably that F I just sang is the lowest note that sounds like I'm belting. When I go lower than that into my chest voice, it just sounds like I am in my chest voice, which is fine too. And remember, you can still sing loud in your chest voice, people, right? Like it doesn't always have to be about belting, but obviously I know a lot of you guys really want to learn how to belt. So that's why I'm talking about this. So Pedro says his definition is when you use more chest weight in the mix. Yes, that's right. So you're still mixing, The primary thing there is that you're still mixing, but you use more chest, right? Now, the opposite thing actually happens when we get to a place that's too high to maintain more chest. Don't, you know, don't even tackle the topic of belting. And honestly, why I was hesitant to tackle it too is because it's not just like a this is it thing, right? It is actually pretty complicated. So when, say for me, I'm going to give you an example in a second, but I had to sing the song Call Me by Blondie at a gig like a week ago. And I really liked the song. I knew it pretty well. But when I started really practicing it and looking at the sheet music, I realized, oh my gosh, this goes from belting on a D. This is a treble D, right? So the fourth line on the treble clef. It goes from belting that D to belting an E. Now, that note is just a little bit too high for me to offer a full 100% belt. So what I had to do was I actually had to mix a little bit more head voice in and still hang on to that chest voice. And that's what allowed me to get that out. So I don't know if you guys are with me. You guys are still with me here. But I want to give you guys a quick warm up that you can work through when you're about to belt, and then we're going to talk about what notes you're going to belt. So I know this is turning out to be a little bit longer than I anticipated. So thanks guys for staying with me. So I'm going to show you like what you want to do before you're belting. So obviously you need to connect with your breath, right? So let's take a couple good breaths. Show you, right? So one hand, so your hands on your ribs, one hand on your stomach. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale on a good. And I want you to take a normal breath and I want you to pulse it. So go. So it's really important that you're not doing this because that's engaging your vocal folds. We're not trying to engage your vocal folds right now. We're trying to engage your body. Your body, okay? Remember, your body is your instrument. So inhale, exhale. Inhale. Okay. Honestly, guys, if you're running short on time, but you want to engage your body, definitely don't skip this, because until it is muscle memory for you to sing with your air all the time, your body is not going to do it because your body is remembering the old way. So you have to really, really train your body for the new way. Okay, so this is important to do that. Now you want to start with a little bit of bubble lips. So if you can do bubble lips, great. If you can't, do a lip trill. If you can't do that, just do an ooh. Let's do. Now we're going to go up. Okay. I love bubble lips. If you don't know why I love bubble lips, go check some video. Okay, Zach says, what does it sound like when you try to belt out your lowest singing note? Zachary, that is not a belt, remember, because belting is bringing your chest voice up, bringing your chest voice down. When you're already in your chest voice, it just sounds like chest voice. So like, ah, right? Or ah. So singing in your chest voice with power and singing in your chest voice just normally, those are still both singing in your chest voice, but not defined as a belt. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Can you please react to Linda Fisher's How Can I Ease the Pain live? I will add that to my list. Thank you for sending me that. Magnet little appreciate it. If you have a link for me that you want to use, you can add that too, because things are hard to find, people. They're hard to find. So, and also a lot of times these links get taken down. Okay. Second, third, I want you to do this. So I am not taking a breath in between these. I am doing a lot of, so one more. Okay. Everyone take a drink of water. Cheers. 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 Okay. So now you want to work up. We need to get into our head voice first. So we want to do this. Mayo, 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 my. 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 Oops. Sorry, Facebook. My social media timer just told me I was out of time. Apparently they didn't get the memo that I was live. Mayo, 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 my. Mayo, 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 my. Mayo, 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 my. One more. Mayo, 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 my. Okay. I'm having trouble sitting down, but I already have everything set up down here, so gotta engage that breath. Okay. So let me see here. I pulled up some sheet music. So I don't know if you guys are, literate in sheet music yet, but if you aren't, I don't know what you're waiting for. And my mini course, How to Read Music, is actually in my belting course. So you guys definitely want to check this out. So you guys know the song, right? It's called Call Me. It's by Blondie. It's from the 80s. So it goes like, color me a color, baby. Color me a car. Color me a color, darling. I know who you are. Right? So in that part, I'm just straight in my chest voice. Then when you get to the chorus, come up off your color chart. I know where you're coming from. Call me. Right? So those D's, if you sang those with your head voice, it would sound weird. Right? It would be like, at least if I sang them with my head voice, it would sound weird. It'd be like, call me, right? Obviously, I don't want to sound like that when I'm singing a pop song. So I transition my voice into my pop styling, okay? And remember that good technique is good technique. So if you guys are like, I can't learn from this girl because she's an opera singer, you are wrong. You can learn from me and I can teach you good technique, okay? So what I'm doing there is I'm going from my chest to my belt, right? And those are on D's. So for you women out there, if you're singing from a C up, you're going to be in a true belt, right? Probably around an E. And I'm talking about treble E, right? So some of you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm talking about an E5. That might be that probably for you is the spot, or E flat, E, F, God forbid. That I don't know why this just happened. My Facebook one just ended. Not really cooperating, so I'm gonna have to change this again. Sorry, YouTube, just a second. If you're not in my Singing Babe Tribe group yet, you should be. Hey guys, not sure what happened there. Sorry about that. Technology is great until it's not. So anyway, what I was saying is if you're a female, you're going to be, and you're on a C5, D5, E5, you're probably going to be definitely in a belt. I don't know why I said probably. You're definitely going to be in a belt. Hey Zach, thanks for coming back over here. I don't know why that ended. It just randomly ended. So, guys, what I've noticed about my male students, hi Linda, thanks for coming back over here. What I've noticed about my male students is that they usually have to do some kind of a belt if they're on a middle C or up. That's when they really kind of have to kick their voice into a full belt. Kicking your voice is not a great it's not a great phrase. I don't know why I said that. So the spot in the song that I was really referring to was, I don't know, like I said, I don't know how well you guys know this song, but there is a part right before the final instrumental part where she goes on the word any day, she goes from a D to an E, still belting, right? Anytime, any place, anywhere, that part. So when I'm belting this, what I end up doing is I'm in a full belt on my D, and then as I go up to an E, I'm kind of mixing. Okay, so I'd be going, hey Pedro, thanks for coming over here. I don't know. I keep saying, you guys on YouTube are like, what the heck happened? Bemi says how to train good breath. So for Bemi, I have a full playlist on breathing videos. They're older videos, so they're not the best quality, but they have really good content in them. You should check out that playlist. Okay, so if I was singing this part, going into my belt, this is what it would sound like. I'd be like, here. Anytime, any place, anywhere, any day. And I'd kind of get out of it I'd have to do a little vibrato to get out of it. And I was sitting down. That wasn't my best belt ever, but you guys get the idea, right? I was in a belt, and then I had to kind of like weasel my way out of it by going up to the D with a little bit more head voice and then transitioning into vibrato. But that's a really high note to belt. So obviously, once I realized that example of this is the song Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. Now, one of my students is working on this right now, and she has actually learned to belt in her time with me, which has been really awesome. She's definitely one of my belting success stories because she could not belt when she started voice lessons, and that was one of her main goals. And I heard her sing this song this weekend, and I was like, holy girl, that's amazing. You are straight up belting in the chorus. So you guys know the song, right? Loving you isn't the right thing to do. Fleetwood Mac. Who doesn't know this song? Come on. But the most famous part of this song is the chorus, which is the part that says go your own way. So you guys probably know this, right? You can go your own way, go your own way. So that part, you can go your own way. That C, that's a belt. You can go your own way. So again, with the C's, right? So for women and men, those C's are really important notes. So you want to look at your song, right? I'm serious, guys. Get the sheet music. If you don't know how to read sheet music, still get it. I have students that I'm still making them look at their sheet music, and guess what? They're figuring it out really quickly because it's not that hard. It's truly not that hard to read music. Everyone makes it this kind of like boogeyman in the closet topic, I think, when it's totally not. Anyway, that's a little tough love. And I want you to highlight the parts that you're going to work on belting. Because, like I said, if you are tempted to belt the whole song, you will do it. Another one of my students is actually very good at belting. She belts the whole song. And so every week, we're working on where in this song should we belt. So you're belting based off range. Number one, range is king. Range is queen. You're belting based off meaning, right? Are you going to belt a phrase about somebody dying? Are you going to belt a phrase about somebody breaking up with you? No, definitely not. Okay? Do not belt those phrases. Gosh darn it. It just doesn't make any sense, and you don't want to do it. Oh, hey, Fred. Fred's hanging out on here. Fred is one of my students, one of my private students. Fred says, what baritone can sing? I'll go into a belt. Oh, man. I mean, such a hard question to answer because remember, everyone's voice is different. Everyone's voice is so different. Fred, I think for you, I mean, you're probably kind of getting into territory of where you could be belting in that middle C, D, E range. But you usually mix up there. You're usually kind of mixing in your head voice a little bit. But if you took away that head voice and still got those notes out, that would be belting. So I would say for baritones, you guys probably are more towards B flat, A. And remember, it's not that saying that the end of your range is where you have to belt, but that's the end of your chest voice range, right? Everyone has an extension. No matter what voice type you are, you're going to have an extension based on where you usually switch into head voice and then utilizing your head voice. Okay, so let's answer some more questions here. Zach says, this is off topic, but what's the lowest note you can sing? And why does your voice range vary every day sometimes? So the lowest note I can sing today, let's see. Today, my lowest note is a D, D3. And I would say that your voice changes every day because it's part of your body, right? It's just part of your body. Your body is changing all the time based on how hydrated you are, based on how much you slept, based on if you're healthy or not healthy, based on, let's see, if you're depressed or if you're happy, your voice is changing. Let's see. What else? I mean, everything, those are the big four, I would say. Also, allergies. Allergies really change my voice. When I have not yet taken my allergy pill today, and I can totally hear it in my own voice. And I spent all weekend outside. So my allergies, like, I can barely breathe through my nose right now, Zach says, can you hit a lower note? I don't think so, Zach, not today. But yeah, you're right, Zach. Different vowels can help you get lower. And also, if you're singing really bright, it can also help you get lower right now. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So good technique. Whether you're interested in belting, whether you're interested in singing opera, whether you're interested in singing bluegrass, good technique is what allows us to sing no matter how our body is feeling, right? Because inevitably, you will have a performance that you're sick for. You will have a performance that you get broken up right before. Yeah, I mean, I'm married now, but I had an audition 30 minutes after I got broken up with out of like a multiple year relationship. I had an audition that actually was for a full year of shows at my grad school. So, I mean, it was shitty, but I had to still do it. It sucked, right? But I, took my good vocal technique in tow and I sang and I did my audition. And that's how it is. So, when you don't have good technique, your voice changing every day will always mess you up, right? So, people think that they don't need technique, and that is why you do need technique. And that is why you do really need somebody that you trust to go to if you want to really improve your singing. Now, if you're trying to be a hobbyist, more power to you guys. I love all my hobbyists out there. And also, of course, there's different levels of hobbying in singing. You don't need a one-to-one teacher, but keep watching my technique things and keep taking what you can from them. And then leave me questions in my Facebook group or in the comments. And you guys see me in the comments. I'm in there quite often answering questions and chatting with you guys. And even when you guys get into fights with each other. Oh, I love it. Okay, guys, this has been a very long live. Thank you for joining me. I'm trying to hear the front, and it seems like they have stopped their excavating of concrete with the jackhammer, and my dog is successfully passed out, so I'm going to let him continue to sleep. But yeah, you guys, please sign up for my free belting webinar. It's going to be awesome. We're going to cover so many more things that are very specific to belting. I think since my YouTube has grown so much, I'm going to really try to start coming on here live once a week. I'm also working on, just filming more, making more, creating more. But I'm thrilled for the launch of this belting course. It's going to be $99 for a 3 to 4 week course. And it's going to be more than worth your money. There's going to be so much stuff in there. And you guys are you're not going to want to miss this because I think this is the only time I'm going to offer it for $99 as a launch special. So I really want you guys to be founding members of the course. And I treat my founding people so good. You guys are going to have lifetime access, and you're also going to be the first to get all that content and get the step-by-step guide on learning how to belt. So I'll be back in here more this week, or at least in my singing in my Facebook tribe. So if you guys don't know where that is yet, go to any of my videos. I always pin it as the comment. And maybe I will go ahead and actually comment it here. Let's see here. I know, I always take so long to wrap up, you guys. This is the, we call this the Italian goodbye. Yes, I'm half Italian. I know I don't look it. Okay, here we go. That is the Facebook group if you guys aren't in there yet. And this is where you sign up for the webinar. And I don't think I can comment on here. No, I can't. Guys, I'm going to edit this with the link in the Facebook group. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday, and I will talk to you so soon. Bye.